What's going on, everybody? Welcome on into another episode of the 216 show. I have a very special guest tonight. I got 3 of the 4, which, hey, my book, 75% ain't bad. At least that's D's get degrees and so do C's. So we'll go with that. But let me bring them in here one at a time as I get everything set up here. Love technology right now. I am your host, Jared Fatty Bates from Legal Ham to the Face, also Network 216. And got a big one tonight, guys. Voted part of the Cleveland Scene Best Rock Group. I love this because I even had to bring my dad in. My dad brought up some stuff. So let's bring in Bessemer Saints. Here's Tommy, Terry, and Shaggy.
Hey!
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Our pleasure. Thanks for having us, man.
Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves? Let everybody know about. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It is Bessemer Saints, right?
Yep, Bessemer. Yeah,
Bessemer
okay. Saints. Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about you guys, what you guys do, and then we'll get into the 216 hot seat, as I say it, and we'll start throwing out some questions to you guys.
Okay.
I'll start. I'm Tommy. I play guitar in the band.
I'm Shaggy. I play bass.
And I'm Terry Bull, and I'm the drummer.
All right, so we are missing the singer tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's working.
He's working.
He works down at the steel mill.
Oh, good. So he's working third shift tonight then, huh?
Yeah, he's working night. He's working 6 to 6.
Well, we miss him. Hopefully we can get him on to have some fun with us here too. As we always do with this show, I bring in a whole bunch of guests. We talk Cleveland, we talk sports, we talk a little bit of everything. Just to let you guys know that we have had Nick Weary on, Competitive Eater. We've had Always Positive Jay, who is part of the Big Play Network now. So I can't wait to get a musical guest on here and talk some stuff with you guys because I enjoy every minute of it. But let's get it all started right out of the gate, because we always do talk sports because we are a sports town. We also are a rock town. So I have to get your guys' take. What are your sports teams rank? And we will start with Terry first, and then we will come back up the top. So Terry, rank your sports teams here in Cleveland.
Well, for better, for worse, and like so many, I am a Browns fan. So from the cradle to, I'm assuming, the eventual grave, the Browns are my number one. Followed them along ever since I was a little one. I dressed up as Bernie Kosar as a kid, and I will continue to keep an eye on Sundays forevermore, no matter how hard they break my heart. From there, I can't help but have love for, I think, right now, the Cavaliers. Man alive. We got a winner in 2016. I'll take postseason. As far as the follow-alongs, they're exciting. As far as I'm understanding, still young. I know we're with the season just now moving towards the finals. We won't really know what's coming up here down the line as far as signings and personnel, but that'll be on the way. From there, I guess for the top 3, I got to go Guardians. Such a fun time at the ballpark. Kind of lean more away from baseball as a kid, but always a part of it. And it's exciting. And even now, 1 or 2 spring days, 1 or 2 summer days to go to the ballpark, hang out. I'm a cheap seats survivor, so we'll go back up there. A couple of times, it's great hang. It's great hang and a good part of the city. But I would also say, do not sleep on the monsters. Hockey, fast pace. So if I'm going 1 through 4, that's what I lean on. I'm not gonna delve too far in because we've got some great college teams in and around too. John Carroll's always top 3 in the OAC as far as competitive athletics. We got some great teams around.
All right, Shaggy, what about you?
All right. Well, I'm a Browns fan because it's a hereditary curse. Can't get rid of it.
It seems that way for everybody, isn't it?
Yep.
Aren't we all? Yep.
I just accept my fate at this point. Or whatever. But fall I'm gonna be watching. Been been a Cavs fan since the early 70s, washing dishes in my mother's kitchen with Joe Tate on. And, of course, the Gardos as well. But I got to add a couple more. I got to add the Lake County Captains who play in the same place we practice, up in East Lake. And Case Western Reserve Baseball, with a good friend of ours, Matt Englander, is the head coach.
All right.
Beyond that, I'm kind of a freak for auto racing and sumo wrestling.
Well, hey, I'm right up there with the sumo.
Yeah, I won't get too far into that because that's super nerd territory. But I watched all 3 NASCAR races and Indy and Formula One this weekend, and the sumo tournament just ended last week. So I was a busy fella for like Memorial Day weekend.
Heck yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Tommy, what about you?
Well, I got to go first and foremost. Ohio State Buckeyes. It's not necessarily Cleveland, but I went down to Ohio State. I went to school there in the 90s, but that's my first and foremost out of any sports, any team, or anything like that. When you get into Cleveland, I'm a Guardians fan first. That's the championship I'm really hoping for and longing for. Next would be the Browns for sure. I mean, again, like they said, it's hereditary. I mean, I grew up with that. We used to watch games that would be blacked out, tuning the antenna into a Toledo channel or something, trying to watch the game in the snow on the TV. But then I go with the Cavaliers. Great team. This year was fun to watch. Unfortunately, it ended poorly in the playoffs, but we haven't been able to beat Indiana all year, really. And then I have to go outside of Cleveland, but if we take hockey, I've always been a big Penguins fan.
Okay. Well, that's where your dark side is. You go Pittsburgh for the hockey.
Hey. Yeah, I can't root for anything up in Michigan when it comes to hockey. And as far as NHL, Pittsburgh's the next best. But I love the city of Pittsburgh. I hate the Steelers, but I love the city of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I have the one team, the only team I root for up north is Red Wings. So
okay.
Yeah.
For me, it's the Winnipeg Jets.
I was little. All right, gentlemen. So we're going to run it back around with starting off with Tommy. How about your favorite players for each team, personally? And it could go, hey, now, in the past, however you want to do it. Your favorite players for each team.
With Ohio State, I mean, it was before my time, but you can't go wrong with Archie Griffin being 2-time Heisman winner, the only one so far. We'll see how long that lasts, but the Guardians, I love watching Jose Ramirez right now. I mean,
he's amazing.
Coming back to the Indians, taking a pay cut when he could have gone somewhere else. I mean, that just shows his character, and that hitting streak was great. Then we go Browns. I go back to Bernie Kosar, watching those playoff games in 85, 86 and that. Cavaliers, I go back to the Mark Price days and all of that, that late 80s, early 90s era. Then again, Donovan Mitchell's, watching that guy play, he's intense. You can't help but love him. And Penguins, I go back. I'm a big Mario Lemieux fan, one of my all-time favorite athletes. But
all right, Shaggy, you're up.
All right, when it comes to the Browns, I'm a running back guy. Mike and Greg Pruitt, what do you call it? Come on, Leroy Horde, and Nick Chubb, and now Quinshawn Judkins. I love me some running backs all the time. With the Gardos, it's probably going to be Bo Naylor, Naylor, and that kid Nolan Jones. And with the Cavs, it's going to be Ty Jerome. Jerome, and what's the one guy's name? God damn. I'm the oldest member of the band, so my memory doesn't go quite that great. When it comes to Lake County Captains, it's going to be Tugboat Wilkinson.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the name Tugboat. Yeah,
the big old pitcher. And NASCAR is going to be like Dave Blaney, who just pulled a victory up in Nashville, and like Pato O'Ward in IndyCar. And I won't bother you with the sumo stuff. So how about that?
That works.
Right.
Thank you. All right, Terry, what about you?
All-time favorite player for the Browns, I've got to go Joe Thomas. Seeing him come over 10,000 consecutive snaps as an offensive lineman myself is just absolutely unheard of. And his career was just starting, his mind was waning, so I was able to kind of pick up and latch onto a player and follow him until his retirement. I love that. Well, Donovan Mitchell as far as current, but I'm a fair bit younger than these two fellas. So when I
Had to bring that up.
when I was
Yeah.
in high school, we did our state Final Four. High school was against LeBron James, and getting a chance to see him in real time as a kid in high school, and then watching him come through and play for the Cavaliers. Even though he left us, came back and did us right. We got the championship with him on board, kind of aging with me, I suppose. So that one's always special. And then I was always Albert Bell, Kenny Lofton, as far as Indians now Guardians. That era from 95 97 was when baseball had such the big twinkle in my eye that it was right in the time when I was a kid playing it. Yeah, it was special.
All right, next up on the 216 hot seat. All right, these are the next two questions I love to ask people because I grew up in South Central Ohio, so I'm a transplant. I call Cleveland my home now, and this is where I raised my family at and everything else. Which is the best city on the east side and on the west side? Let's go with Terry. You go first.
Well, East Side, I'm going to say because I'm sitting in it. I like Eastlake. It is 15 minutes to anywhere, 20 minutes to everywhere. It's quiet. I could do without these little bugs, but I'm with you. I'm a transplant here too. I'm from Youngstown, so I'm Northeast Ohio kind of guy. But I like Eastlake on the east. But if I'm going now west, my vote goes right now to Lakewood. As a musician, one of the things that brought me to Cleveland was the music scene that supported original music and the Lakewood clubs, top to bottom, all nights of the week. Whether it was the Foundry, No Class, we got the 5 o'clock lounge, we got Brothers Lounge. Down the street a little bit more, there was the Chamber. I played my first shows at the Fantasy with the big pirate ship. Down the road, we had at one point, it was now it's the Fun House, but it was the Spitfire. Then we have the Winchester Club. These are clubs that are supporting local artists, and that's what I was first visiting when I first came to town. And I would say, even by and large, in rotation from the groups that I play with, and especially with these fellas, we try to make the Lakewood trip at least twice a year, no matter what. So it's still strong. It's still great for restaurants. A little spicy on the pricey, but it's still great to visit.
Okay, Shaggy, what about you?
Okay. For East Side, I got to go with Maple Heights. Not only because I grew up there, but because there's a club there called the Maple Grove, and we play there a lot. We play a lot, and it's like this. It's like one of the Cleveland heavy metal started really big in the early '80s, and there was one record label for it in Cleveland, and it was Auburn Records. And that Auburn Records crowd, what's left of it now, usually kind of coalesces around the Maple Grove. So you get like these great metal shows in this southeastern suburb that just kick ass all the time. I go there probably once a month, and we play there probably about 2 or 3 times a year. We played our album release show there. We sold the place out. So the Maple Heights is going to be my pick for the east side. For the west side, it's going to be Lorraine because our singer's from there. All his friends are from there, and when we go out there and we play, we got all his crazy crew out, and we have such a freaking great time. We play these little bitty scrub bars, place like Darmos, Crystal Rock, JT's up in Elyria, and it's just a gigantic bust out because all his friends show up, and all sorts of craziness goes down. So Lorraine's my pick for the West.
All right, Tommy.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal West Side from Terry, but Lakewood for sure. And not only the clubs that he mentioned, but I mean definitely restaurants and just some general shopping there. It's very retro, if you will, more in my taste.
Mhm.
independently owned stores and all of that. I mean, and plus, if you live there, which I have not, but I do know a lot of people there. I mean, anything is within walking distance as far as restaurants you want to
Mhm.
go to or stores that you want to shop in. And then for a very similar reason, East Side, I go Cleveland Heights. Just it's kind of an artsy area, with the shops and the restaurants and everything like that. I love all the independently owned stuff. But
All right, now we're going to get fat, and I love getting fat because I'm a fat guy. All right, so here we go. All right, one of the questions that I've asked since we've started this show. All right, there are two mustards in Cleveland. You got to choose Stadium Mustard or Burtman's. Which one are you choosing? We'll go with Shaggy first.
All right, it's going to be Stadium. I'm not much of a mustard guy, but if I'm going to get me a hot dog from a cart downtown, it's going to have Stadium mustard on it.
All right,
So-
Terry.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo it. If I gotta go, I'm going Stadium. I do love myself some stone ground mustard, but if you got to choose two, Stadium's the way to go.
Tommy.
I'm gonna make it unanimous. I mean, that's just been a staple throughout my entire life living in Cleveland. Stadium mustard for sure.
All right, now here we get more fat. What's your favorite
All right.
restaurant here in the area? We'll go with Terry. What your favorite restaurant to go to with your family? Going out to eat. Not the fast food crap. Like like a true authentic place that you like to go to here in Cleveland.
If I'm authentically Cleveland, I think my favorite is Dina's. Dina's Pizza and Pub out
In Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn.
Oh
Right
God,
down
yeah.
It's tremendous. It's kind of a bar atmosphere, but what comes out of that kitchen is great. It doesn't matter if you're looking for burgers, wings, pizza. Everything is quality. Never a long wait. They take care of you. If it's a special occasion, it's a little on the chain side, but I like Fatheads. Fatheads either. My favorite is North Olmsted location. They've never brewed a beer that I haven't liked. They haven't fried a wing that I don't dig. So it's. Those have got to be my two go-tos. Special occasion Fatheads. If I'm going out and got to choose, I'm choosing Dina's.
Yeah, Fatheads right in my backyard. I'm right here in North Olmsted, so I'm all right with Fatheads. Tommy, what about you?
I'm gonna go with a restaurant and brewery, but it's about 5 minutes from my house in North Ridgeville called Hop Brothers. We
Mm-hmm.
go there at least once a month. I love the menu and the beers are always changing, and it's the only location that they have, and you can't get their beers anywhere other than there. So it's a definite must trip for me to go up there.
All right, that's right there on Lorraine Road, right?
Yeah, right in Lorraine, just west of Learnagel there. Yep.
Okay, yep, okay. Because that used to be an Aces.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I knew what you were talking about because I haven't been
That's
there yet.
exactly it.
So I might have to go back and check it out. Okay, Shaggy, what about you?
All right, I'm a big breakfast guy. So, like, just a little bit west of where all those clubs are in Lakewood, the Foundry, the Symposium, all those, there's a little bitty place called the Shore Diner. And I absolutely friggin' love their breakfast food.
All
Now, when
right.
you want to talk about, like, stuff, food, and drink, I'm going to go with Bascule Brewery out in Lorraine. It's 611 and what's it, 611 in Colorado Street, I think. We got a good friend there. He's the main brewer. They have a beer. They had a beer named after us for a while. We play there probably about twice a year, and like they're always good for they're always good for great beers and like occasionally good chow. So Bascule Brewery.
Okay, writing those two down because I love diners. Diners
Yeah,
have got some
the
of
store
best
is like straight out of 1956. Man, you're gonna love it.
All right, next up, what's a hidden gem in Cleveland that you guys have that most people don't know about? Whether it be a dive bar, whether it be a restaurant, whether it be a park you guys go to, what's a nice little hidden spot that you guys go to that you guys kind of just it's yours? We'll go Shaggy first. Shaggy, what about you?
All right, I live up in Collinwood, up by the Beachland Ballroom, but a little bit west of there is this place called the Tree Lawn Social Club. The tree lawn is like it used to be an old Slovenian home, and so like there's a good little bar called the Social Club is a good little bar. It has some of the greatest jazz music you'll ever find. So if I don't know where to go out, or I don't have somebody else's show to go out to, usually I'll go down there and check out the jazz players.
Nice. All right, Tommy.
I'm gonna go with a dive bar, and unfortunately, it's not gonna be around much longer. But it's called the Offshore. It's right up the hill from Terry's house where we rehearse, and we've had a few nights there after practice where we've enjoyed ourselves. It's
Yeah.
a complete hole in the wall, and we're sad to see it go. But no, we made some friends there, and I just like it. I love holes in the wall bars for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Terry, what about you?
Well, for me, I'm going to step outside, and I like Rocky River Reservation. It's got a lot of nice little twists and turns. It's a nice little cheap date night if you need someplace to walk trails. For me, I like to fish. It's a nice put in when it comes to a turnaround for the start of a reservoir. It's kind of short drive access to a lot of the places we talked about in North Homestead as far as retail, but a couple of nice golf courses right around the corner there too. It's a nice little tucked away thing that you'd never be able to find it unless you knew where to find it.
All right. Now
I think the valley itself is a great thing that we have. That
Oh yeah.
You don't stumble across it. It's there's just so much to do down there. But
yeah, the park systems here in Cleveland are truly amazing. Like I take my kids over to the Rocky River Reservation all the time, and we go skip rocks, everything else, just get outside and let them run. So yeah, it's the park systems in Cleveland are probably some of the best that I've come across in Ohio, and especially there at the Cuyahoga. You can just adventure for days through there and still not see everything.
that's good to hear, because I don't know how many people really appreciate it. Having that here.
Oh no, it's just, hey, I'm an outdoors guy too. So like when I get outside, I just want to, take my kids for a walk. Like, plus I grew up in a very rural area. So it was like, that's all we did was we were outside. So it's like, you want to go catch crawdad, buddy? Let's go catch crawdad. Like, let's get dirty.
Oh yeah.
All right. Last food one, and then we will move on. All right. Favorite drink of choice. All right. We'll go Terry first. What's your favorite drink of choice?
So I guess drink of choice, I drink for flavor and I drink for effect. If I'm drinking for effect, I like a Coors Light. If I'm drinking for flavor, I like a Le Chouffe. It's a Belgian style white.
Okay. Shaggy?
Okay, I'm a trash animal when it comes to beer. I tend to drink like Carling's Black Label, Hams, stuff like that. But there's one expensive drink that I love absolutely without reservation or reason, and that's Angel's Envy bourbon. I'll go to a place like the 5 o'clock, and I'll get a couple of shots of that in a rocks glass, and that just runs my evening perfectly.
I've heard that's really good. I have not had it.
It's delicious. It's so good I don't even keep it at the house because I don't want to get spoiled. I buy bottles for other people, but like I only drink it when I'm out. Okay.
That's great. Tommy, what about you?
Are we going alcoholic? Because honestly, I got to say my drink of choice is Monster.
Okay.
That's my coffee for the day.
Every time he comes to practice, he's got this big ass Monster can.
No,
that's so I don't fall asleep.
Yeah. Wasn't where we bored you.
No. Although if we get into liquor, and I don't do it much, but I've always loved tequila. Love the flavor, don't like what it does to me. Either did my wife.
I don't think anybody does.
It's an angry buzz, so I've learned to chill on it.
That's great. All right, guys, let's get into some of the band stuff now. All right, you guys got voted in Cleveland scene best rock groups. What's that mean to you guys? I mean, that's got to be a huge honor, especially here in Cleveland. What does that mean for you guys personally and band wise? And we'll just whoever wants to take it first.
Well, we're a finalist for the best local album in 2024. We didn't get nominated in the best rock band this year, but having that is great. We also got another big distinctive honor. I remember I told you about Bill Peters.
Mhm.
He runs a heavy metal show on WJCU. He's run it for 43 years called Metal on Metal. It's Friday nights from 6:30 to 9:30. He did his top 25 of 2024, and we were the only Cleveland band to be on it, and we were number 15. We got that to be this year. That was badass because I've been listening to Bill since I was like 15 years old and like dreaming of being on his show. You know what I mean? So that was like a huge one for us.
That's
So
awesome.
we hope we get the local album thing. If we don't, hey, it's no skin off our nose, but we'd love to get it.
I guess to tag along with that, it's to me the honor is in the organic nature of which these came up. We found out when we were voting for our pals that we were on the list. It wasn't a grassroots internal campaign that these are coming around. These are people in the community that really enjoy our music, and whether it's they like listening to it, they like to hang out with us, they like to be where we're playing, they keep coming, and it is such a fun time. It shows, and I think some of the accolades that were coming towards us, are community motivated, and it's just the warmest feeling. It's tremendous, and I don't have enough thanks for all of it.
Tommy,
Oh
do you
yeah,
have any?
like Terry mentioned. I mean, I was floating through and saw a friend of ours, a writer, ZM Delgado, and
Delgado.
Delgado. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
Delgado.
my.
Yeah,
But
Delgado.
then I was going through and saw our name on there, and I had no idea, So I texted these guys, but between that for local album and making Bill Peters list, I guess what I appreciate to me it's even better than best band because it shows appreciation of the actual work that we do or the music that we put out, and that to me means a whole lot that people enjoy that.
Yeah,
That's
we
the
didn't get it
point.
because we're pretty.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Great. I love it. What are some of the best venues you played here in Cleveland? Some of the best spots that you guys have. We'll start, Tommy. Some of the best spots for you. Your favorite spot.
Like Shags mentioned the Maple Grove, but I like the Beachland. I played in metal bands for 30 some odd years and only got to play there once or twice, and we've been there 3, 4, 5 times now with this band. I really enjoy that place.
All right, Shaggy. What about you?
I got a weird one. Okay, it's a little place called Gino Santo Anno, right down by the dividing line between East and West in Cleveland. We played a basement benefit there in November for ADA AMHS for mental health services, and we had a massively riot of a time. And we made our video for Another Night with Whiskey, which is on YouTube. We made that up in the bar area. And that sucker's got 32,000 views at this point. So that's going to be my favorite spot.
I
That's
was
also
one
a
of those
hidden
who-
gem.
Yeah, that's
So-
also a
Is that
hidden
it,
gem.
Jim? Okay. Terry, what about you?
To kind of echo Tommy, I like the Beachland. The Beachland Ballroom has got tremendous staff. It's a great little arts neighborhood, but it's got 2 great stages.
Mhm.
We've had the pleasure of playing the tavern stage. It's close, it's intimate. It's you get the chance to interact with folks face to face because they're face to face. And then we played the big room, the ballroom in the Beachland is to put the thunder under your hands and under your feet. Both are just great venues, and there's so many great venues that you're going to find the experience is almost elevated higher than the brick and mortar. Those sold out shows for our album drops at the Maple Grove are tremendous, and thankfully we get to share these moments with our pals.
All right. Now, what's the worst one? What's the worst gig you ever played?
I'd say the
Worst
one in
gig?
Grafton, they didn't pay us.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Yeah. Well, my brothers-in-law got thrown out of the place. They didn't pay us.
Jeez.
Yeah,
No, and we
that one was
we
probably
filled
the
their
only C-
capacity.
gig.
We filled their capacity. We drank the place half dry, and they still threw my brothers-in-law out and then stiffed us at the end of the night. But luckily, we
The
sold
night,
like 30 T-shirts, so like we made money anyway.
that night we played, literally, they did as much money as they do during the week, the entire week.
Oh, jeez.
So we're not going to mention names. I don't.
No,
But
that's fine. I mean, does that happen to you guys a lot though? That somebody will stiff you at the
No,
end, or is it just a
no.
rare occasion?
No, the club owners around Cleveland are actually remarkably fair about all this stuff. And like I say, we sell T-shirts, we sell hoodies, we sell discs, we sell stuff. So like we don't solely depend on them paying us to make our money for the night. So it's a little bit of an easier relationship.
Okay. How long have you guys been together as a band?
Since 2019. I think Terry and I started out January 2019. Ended up bringing Shags in April, and then Corey came along as a vocalist not until September, October of that year. And then the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of ruined everything for a little bit.
Yeah, we made our
Yeah.
first album during the pandemic because there was nothing else. We were ready to go and play out, but there was no place to play.
Yeah.
So we just went into our pockets and went into the studio and made that first record.
Now, who writes all the songs for you guys?
Nobody writes
We
all
all
the
do.
songs. We kind of there's a lot of stuff in there from everybody, Like we made Terry write a song, and it was so good it was like our lead single on the most recent album, Like I Care. We said, you got to write a song. So he sits down with it. He sits down with his phone recorder and an acoustic guitar and starts playing the riff. And we're like, okay, we're going with that. So it's a collaborative process with us.
All right, that's
and
awesome.
in most instances, there's some occasions where somebody will come in with some set ideas, and we'll work through that. But in some cases, it's one idea, and you just get together and you play on that, and you jam, and things develop while we're in the practice spot. Try and keep
Right,
it organic.
Oh yeah, you kind of have to at that point. I was just curious because there's some bands where it's just one person does all the writing, and then there's others where the whole band is collaborative with it and kind of come together and do it. So I was just a curiosity question for me. It was one of the ones my dad wanted me to ask you guys because I had my dad played in the band for, oh my God, better half of my years. He was a bass player, loved it.
Nice.
Everything else, he's Shaggy. I got a couple questions for you here at the end of it. You're going to love them. But we were sitting here talking.
Terry's a bass player too, right? He plays for Alacia, which is like a pretty big metal band in Cleveland. So we're like 50% bass by volume.
Man, Tommy, you're getting outgunned over there, buddy.
Yeah.
No, I know.
He's got a Marshall. He can blast. He's got a Marshall. He can blast us all out.
You talked about the writing, and I really went into this project because I did not want to be the sole writer, as I was in a metal band that I played in for a while. I wouldn't say sole, but 80% of the songs where you just do it from beginning to end in your basement and everybody puts it together. I just wanted something that was organic, get input from everybody, and get 4 different personalities on the same song.
Terry, you don't need to move your camera. I love the sunlight in your eyes. It looks great. Just brings
you love it. This is an issue.
Yeah. Got put on the shades.
He's going on blind over there.
So when I listen to you guys now, I'm obviously not a music and aficionado. I can't even say it right now. But when I hear you guys play, I hear a lot of Clutch. I hear a little bit of ZZ Top coming around in there. Everything else. What are some of your guys' musical influences?
I started off with Led Zeppelin, Kiss, Deep Purple, Jimi Hendrix, Black Sabbath, a lot of that classic rock stuff. That's what made me want to pick up the guitar. And those are all cliched, guitar god bands, but mostly it's the songwriting and it's how they play as far as guitar players and serve the song, very tasteful playing. Van Halen, you listen to Van Halen and some people may say he overplays, but I think he does exactly the right amount to serve the song and was a hell of a songwriter, that's where my early influences came. But
Okay. Shaggy, what about you?
Well, my first impulse to answer that question is how long you got?
Oh my God. Okay, we don't
Yeah.
have that long.
But right, exactly. So I'm gonna cite just two, okay, for this band here. One is the band Free from the early '70s. Has the single "All Right Now," and the other one is the band Canned Heat, also from the late '60s, early '70s. Total boogie band. I love the boogie. That's why we've got so much of the boogie in our music. So those are my two big ones when I go into do BS work.
Okay, what about you, Terry?
For me, I grew up on classic rock. I'm a big Alice Cooper fan. So I'm a big fan of layered songwriting, layered lyrics. To me, lyrics and fun presentation are baked into the cake. But for me, drumming wise, and what I tried to bring to this project is more on dance music. I like getting people moving, and things like Motown music. You're going to get a lot of six-stroke rolls out of me, getting through the very classic Motown kind of sound. And I think that blends really nicely with a lot of the blues structures that we've got. And, for our namesake, we're Bessemer Saints. Bessemer's your steel making process out of England. We're all metalheads. So I've got 1 foot in the metal camp, 1 foot in the Motown camp. And kind of what you get is something with a little bit of drive, but with drive with intent to move.
All right. Now, I talked to my dad about it. My dad loved classical rock and everything else. And when I watched your video for your 32,000 views and everything else, I started giggling because it reminded me a little bit of Molly Hatchet. Like I just heard a little bit of, and I'm sitting there, I was like, Dad, I got to talk to you. I'm like, I need you to hear them. I was like, I love them. I hear the blues. I hear the rock. I hear the metal. But I was like, dang, Dad, like, why do I hear like a little bit of Molly Hatchet, a little bit of Nazareth, a little bit of it's like just bits and pieces. But the one thing that I heard the most, like it really, you guys do sound like Clutch. I love Clutch. Clutch Electric Warrior is one of my favorite songs. I watched them multiple times in concert. One of my favorite bands, and some of the stuff that you did, I'm like, okay, I can get with this. And so I just want to say thank you guys for playing the way you guys do because I love your sound. I really do.
I appreciate that.
I absolutely appreciate it.
You're exactly the kind of guy that we want to reach. Because we're the cool kids will never love us, but like normal folks seem to dig our stuff pretty good. So I'm like, I appreciate you giving us a chance checking us out. We also last week we opened for a Clutch tribute band at a place called Dunlap's Corner Bar up in Ohio City. So we got a double dose of Clutch on that show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, last one, and then I'm going to give it over to you guys. All right, you have all four of you, and this is going to be fun for me because I want to see what you guys' answers are. Give me one word to describe your bandmates. So, Tommy, I'll let you go first. I'll put you right in the harness. Give me one word to describe Shaggy and Terry. And
Family.
Corey. Okay.
Really. I mean, to me, that's what a band is. Once you play music together, I mean, that's you have brothers and sisters,
All right, Shaggy, what about you?
My word is normal. Okay. We're not like we're like, it's okay. It's a little funny to explain, but like we're in this scene with a lot of people who are like, rock stars in the making or whatever. But like all the guys in this band, like we have normal jobs, we have families, we just get together and we do this thing and we do this one thing real well. So it to me, it's like friggin' great because we don't have to deal with a lot of egos and, crazy bullshit like we have before.
All right,
Normal
Terry,
is a relative word, though.
Yeah.
Of course.
Terry, what about you?
And to me, I guess I've got one word for each. For Tommy, I would put the word vision, and for Shaggy, I would put the word exploration. And they both they work together. I think Tommy, when he sets down onto the guitar, has got a vision where he wants things to go. Shaggy's got the free spirit that it takes. It explores the space. We go up, down, left, and right, and we're all going to end up at the same destination. But I think you need both to come up with something interesting.
Love it. Next time we're going to have to get your lead singer on here and have some fun with him. But guys,
sure.
I can't thank you enough for joining us tonight.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Oh,
No, we appreciate it, Jared.
anytime.
Thank you.
And this is what I do here at the end is, guess what? You guys got the next handful of minutes to tell everybody where to find you guys at, where your next venue is, what you guys got coming up music-wise, and come check you out, get all your socials, everything out there. Whoever wants to take the lead on that, please go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you.
Terry, you're good on this. Use the radio voice.
That's all right. No, and especially thank you for hosting and thank you for editing
Absolutely.
and getting this out, because you will able to get this this coming week. We are at the very beginning of June, at the end of June. So Saturday, June the 7th, we are at Halo Live. It is a converted recording or church into a recording studio that they also bring on live entertainment. We are the Saturday end cap to Bike Week in Sandusky, and we are going to be recording a double live album. They can record us in real time, so we are so excited. We've been prepping for a few weeks now. Every bit of BS we've got in the tank, we're bringing with us, and we're going to lay it all down. When we get it all down, we're going to give it all to you so you guys can relive that evening with us. And then we started putting our travel together. We are June the 13th. We are in Akron at the Rialto Theater. We've got a nice handful of bands that we've never played with. So we love sharing the love, meeting new folks. Off the top of my head, I know we've got Ordway helping us out in Sandusky. We've got...
we got Goody and the Gospel, The Intangibles, and Rusk County Revival in Akron.
That's it. So we're looking good there. And then we're not stopping in July. July the 11th, we've got very good friends of ours from the Ohio Valley, Brimstone Coven, nationally signed, tremendous Doomstone rock band coming to town. This is going to be at the Maple Grove Tavern. Brimstone's putting together the show. We've got pals in Pale Great Lore from Columbus coming up. So that's going to be a heater. And then we're going back to Akron on 7/12 to the Afterlife Club with our really good friends in Bessemer, or not Bessemer, we're Bessemer, in Storms Within. That we're going to get a chance to enjoy that night with them. We've got Nightmare Empire. I think we've got one other act that is jumping on board with us that night too. So that lays out the next 6 weeks of rock and roll. So we're going to be in town, we're going to be out of town, and we're going to record music to share with all of you.
All right, everybody, please go check them out. Bessemer Saints. Go to their YouTube page, click that like and subscribe. I did. Love your stuff. I gave you guys a follow on all your socials, and I think it's at Bessemer Saints too, or at BS and some other stuff.
Yeah, at Real B Saints on X.
Okay, so go check them out, guys. Guys, thank you so much. Stick around here, and we'll close out the show. And it's another 216 show in the books. We will see you on the next episode. Have a good one.